All right, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening if you were catching me on the replay. My name is CJ Curry. It's the CJ Curry Show. Hard for me to say on a Monday, I guess. It's presented by PrizePicks. PrizePicks is making daily fantasy sports easy on you. All you got to do is pick anywhere from 2 or up to 6 of your favorite superstars from your favorite sports. You decide whether they're going to go for more or less on their projections, and you can win up to 25 times your money. If you're not playing on PrizePicks yet, use code Curry, make that first deposit. They're going to match you dollar for dollar all the way up to $100 on your first deposit. Making your first entries on PrizePicks risk-free. It's on the house, in other words. Check out the link down in the description of today's video. Get started on PrizePicks if you're not playing yet. If you are, well then welcome. You found the right guy and the right channel. I'm going to help you guys hopefully find some profitable winning PrizePicks plays for you today. So if you're not subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button now. Go ahead and drop the like. Listen, we're trying to get to 100 likes once again. We're on this little streak here lately where we've hit 100 or more likes on every one of these live shows, these live streams that I do. I don't want the streak to end. Streaks are good. We want the streak to continue, okay? So hit the like button, help your boy out. Let's get this message out to as many people as possible. We're trying to help folks win a little bit of extra cash and extra coin before the holidays, right? We got Christmas right around the corner. I'm sure you want Santa to put some very nice presents under that Christmas tree. I'm sure there's some bills out there that you've been meaning to get paid that you'd like to get caught up on. That's what I'm here for. I'm trying to help you guys out. So I appreciate everybody who shows up each and every day, who has been profiting with me. Yesterday was fantastic for my Dub Club crew out there. Yo, we did really well yesterday. I think we went 14-4 on picks that I posted for you Dub Club members out there. That was NBA and NFL picks. 14 winning picks, only 4 losing picks. So guys, if you're not in the Dub Club yet, I don't know what you're waiting for. 67 cents per day. You could literally walk down the sidewalk in your neighborhood and probably find 67 cents on your walk. And that would pay for one day of Dub Club. It's 20 bucks a month. And you're going to win that 20 bucks back pretty quickly. If you were in Dub Club yesterday, you've probably already paid your $20 back to yourself in just one day of Dub Club. So I don't know what else to tell you guys. I've just left a link for you, by the way, for the Dub Club in the live chat. For those of you who are still dragging your feet, for those of you who are still like, man, is it worth it? For those of you who are still hesitating on whether or not you should be a part of a fantastic community, the Dub Club community that I've built, great community. A lot of winning plays came from yesterday's Dub Club picks that I posted. I'll show you guys real quick. You know what? Sometimes seeing is believing. Maybe you guys need to just see it to believe it. Look at all these winning picks. We had Austin Reeves under fantasy score. That hit. Justin Herbert over fantasy score. Clint Capella over points and assists. That hit, of course. Sadiq Bey over 4.5 rebounds. Jalen Johnson over his PRA line. We had Josh Dobbs over fantasy score. Christian McCaffrey over fantasy score. Chet Holmgren over points and rebounds. We had Tyler Lockett over fantasy score. We had Najee Harris. Yes, Najee Harris over fantasy score. That hit. Alvin Kamara. Travis Etienne over fantasy score. Those hit. Tyreek Hill over fantasy score. AJ Brown over fantasy score. And if we head over to the winner's circle category where all of our Dub Club members post their winning entries, these are real Dub Club members posting real wins, you'll see a lot of green in here. Turkio was greening out. Mick Finesse was greening out. Ramen Sama, lots of green entries there on PrizePicks and on Underdog. Mig Lito Sauce, Green Goblin, Jug Finesse, Ace V. Here's a double up that I posted. 5 out of 6, close to the big one, guys. The big one's coming, by the way. We're going to hit us a 25X real soon. It's coming. I've had too many 5 out of 6s. The 6 out of 6 is on its way. Space Jam with a big win. Supreme. We had somebody win $5,000 yesterday. They played 4 of the picks that I posted. I mean, I could go on and on. This really could go on all day. I don't want to go on all day, but I mean, just dubs. Dubs. That's why they call it the Dub Club. That's why you're joining, to get on these wins, my friends. So I don't know what else to tell you. For 67 cents per day, way cheaper than a cup of coffee, you could be in here too. So I don't know what you're waiting for, literally. Don't know what you're waiting for. Join the Dub Club. support free content. Me as a little content creator, all your support really helps. It goes a long way. And I'm giving back. I'm saving you time and I'm making you money. What more do you want? I know this research stuff can be kind of cumbersome. It could be kind of time consuming. That's where I come in. I'm here to help you guys out. So yeah, don't know what else I can tell you guys, but get on the winning train before it leaves the station, my friends. All right, let's run through. Let's say what's up to a few people. We got 84 of you watching, but only 39 likes. I think we could do better than that. I'm challenging you guys who are watching out there. We could definitely do better. It's an 11-game NBA slate. We've also got NFL going tonight. Obviously, Monday Night Football. We've got NHL going. I'll be posting picks for all these different sports. Any kind of picks that I think are worthwhile and that we should be playing, I'm posting them to Dub Club for you guys who are Dub Club members. Let's shout out Last in Limbo, who's already leaving a super chat to start the show off. I will definitely circle back around and get to that super chat momentarily. Smooth Criminal says, yo, what's up? What's up to you? Thanks for being here. Sub-Zero's in the building. Wesley Winston saying, we live, you flex. I got to flex back, brother. We are absolutely live and in living color here, trying to find some winning plays on PrizePicks. That's the name of the game. Shout out to Aaron Rodgers, long time no see. Haven't seen you in a minute. Jeremy in the building. Let's go. We got Anthony Tony Ruiz. Thank you so much for being here. Three. I don't even know how to say your name, bro. I'm gonna say 3?7 says what's up. He's one of our newest Dub Club members. Appreciate you being here as well. Brandon's in the building. Says you're a goat. Join the community, and I'm never looking back. Brandon, that's what I like to hear. I'm here to help you, bro. And I'm so glad that you're enjoying your time with the Dub Club community. The eyes on the prize Dub Club community. So join Dub Club, connect your Dub Club to Discord, and then you just wait for me to send out the picks, which are usually toward the evening, little, bit before tip-off, NBA tip-off. So like 5, 6 o'clock Eastern time. I send all those picks out, and then you guys start eating. You put together your own entries, you tail my entries, and then we cash out. We go to the winner's circle at the end of the night. That's how it works. Simple, easy peasy. Ricky Carroll, what's up to you? Longtime viewer, man. Appreciate you being here. Only one time to shine says, yo, CJ, you went berserk yesterday in NFL 9-2. That's right, 9-2 on NFL, 5-2 with the NBA pick. So 14-4 overall. I mean, are we doing it or are we doing it? Dub Club members who are watching, I think we're doing it. T-Bone says, Grand Rising. The guy is white hot. You better join Dub Club. A lot of green beams. That's right. Nothing but green. Nothing but green. Handmaid says, good morning. Thanks for those Sunday winning picks. You're welcome. We're starting your week off with some money in your pocket. Absolutely. No Cap Des says, let's get it. Michael, yes, sir. Let's go. CJ, love you, man. Let's have a dub day. Love you too, brother. Thank you for the support. Dave says, Magic Hat is fresh. Hey, Orlando's 2-0, baby. Look out. Look out for them Orlando boys. We might be making some noise this season in the Eastern Conference. You might see us mess around and end up in the playoffs. I'm just saying. I think it's possible. We've got the squad to do it. We're deep. We're young. We're talented. I think we could do it, man. I think we could sneak into one of those play-in spots at the end of the season. Dominic, shout out to you. Miguelito Sauce says, hey, CJ, join the Dub Club, folks, if you haven't already. CJ helps feed the family. Well, that's good. I never intended to help feed anybody's family, but if I am, then golly, that makes me feel pretty good. Bearded Gator, good morning, Chef. He hit on a big ticket yesterday, over $700 ticket for Bearded Gator. He took Travis Etienne and Alvin Kamara anytime touchdowns, and both of those guys scored. So congratulations to you. Wavy Visions, what's up to you? Long time no see. Roy's in the building. Supreme. All right, we got enough people in here now. 110 of you watching. Now it's time to get to work. Time to get down to business. Let's handle it. Today's NBA slate. It's October the 30th, my friends. One day before Halloween. We're looking for all treats, no tricks today. All treats, no tricks today. So what is the key NBA news for us to watch out for? Well, it looks like Zach LaVine is going to play. He is probable. Keep your eye on OG Anunoby. I got screwed over by OG Anunoby and the Raptors the other night. Took some unders on Scotty Barnes because they said OG Anunoby's playing. And then at the last minute, they said, no, OG Anunoby's not going to play. And so all the unders for Scotty Barnes ended up being bad picks. Chris Middleton, injury management, is expected to play tonight. Jaden McDaniels is dealing with a calf issue. He is questionable. And Daniel Gafford, who is dealing with an ankle injury, is questionable. So we'll see if Daniel Gafford suits up tonight. But those are your big pieces of injury news, the ones to watch, the key NBA news to watch. But I guess Zach LaVine's going to play. He went off the other night. Anunoby, McDaniels, and Gafford. Not really huge names, but the Anunoby one, probably the most impactful piece of injury news. So we need to stay on top of the news, folks, because it will shake things up. You know how it goes, man. Sometimes you can catch some value when guys are ruled in, ruled out, that type of thing. So if you're quick with the trigger finger right before the games start tipping off, if some of this news breaks your way, I mean, you can take action. You can definitely find some value on some of these PrizePicks lines. But all right, we're gonna be using the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer as we typically do, guys. I don't know. You know, there's two things that I have to implore that you go and do. One, sign up for Dub Club. Two would be get your hands on the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer. This tool right here is a game changer. Again, I hate to beat a dead horse, so to speak, but when something works, it works. We're hitting at a 68% rate on our NBA picks this season. And all of my picks, most of them anyways, derive from this tool right here. They all start right here. And if you've been watching these YouTube videos over the last few days since the season has started, each and every time we go to this tool, I mean, we've hit, what, 4 out of 6 a couple of different times, a 5 out of 6. We're right there on the cusp of greatness. And you guys see me using this tool each and every day. It's the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer. It goes out, it looks at the sports books. It tells you based on the odds from the sports books, what the true odds of that pick are hitting on a site like PrizePicks. So if you want to take a first spin, link down in the description below. Use my link. I think you might be able to save yourself a few bucks as well on your Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer subscription. Check it out, okay? So this is what we're going to be using. We're starting right here. Right here. All right? We could start right here. Oh, yeah, by the way, let's back it up real quick. They got Emo Jimmy. Emo Jimmy is our discount today. PrizePicks, by the way, has been running discounts on different players each and every day. Jimmy Butler is going to play tonight. I know there was a little bit of question whether or not he was going to be good to go or not, but it looks like he is going to play tonight. So they got the Emo Jimmy pick up here. It says, when this post gets 10,000 likes, they're going to discount Jimmy Butler from 21.5 points down to 16.5 points. That's a 5-point discount for those of you who can't math. I math a little bit. I'm not the greatest at the math, but you know, I math in my off time. I math a little bit. But anyway, that's a huge discount. Getting him down to 16.5 points would be clutch. So go out there to the PrizePicks Twitter account, X account. Hit the like button. We're already halfway there. There's almost 5,000 likes on this post. We need another 5,000, then we'll get a 5-point discount on Jimmy Butler. All right. Important. You guys go do your civic duty. Let's get this thing down to 16.5 points. Perfect. All right. To the optimizer we go here. We got Paolo Banchero at 7.5 rebounds. You could take the over there, 54.3% chance of that hitting. We got another Orlando Magic guy there, Markelle Fultz. Points and rebounds over 15.5. I took the under on Markelle Fultz points and rebounds the other night against the Portland Trail Blazers, and that one ended up coming through clutch. And I also took the over on his teammate Cole Anthony to go over his PRA, and that one ended up hitting for us too. But hey, we take everything in a vacuum, right? Each day is a new day. Each matchup is a different matchup. And so tonight they're saying, hey, maybe we take the over on Markelle Fultz over points and rebounds at 15.5. Scoot Henderson under 8.5 rebounds and assists. You got Jakob Poeltl of the Toronto Raptors under 10.5 rebounds and assists. Tyus Jones under 10.5 rebounds and assists. B.I. Brandon Ingram over 36.5 points, rebounds, and assists. So you got a lot of different plays here popping up on the optimizer. This thing is just spitting out plays and giving you the odds and percentages of these plays to hit. We're not going to go through all of these plays because, golly, that would take all day, man. We ain't got all day, all right? We're just going to look at the top plays here. We're going to run some projection models. We're going to see if any of these plays are projecting well. We want to see them as plus EV plays, and we want to see them projecting well on different projection models. So let's get to work here because new plays are popping up all the time. Bam Adebayo just found his way up on the optimizer as well. Let's start with him. 25.5 points and rebounds, 54.3% chance that he goes over 25.5 PR. So let's start here. We'll go over to the first tool, which is Fantasy Labs and their projections. They got Bam Adebayo projected for 27.6 points and rebounds going up against the Milwaukee Bucks. Giannis Antetokounmpo, Brook Lopez and company in that front court. So that'll be the matchup for Bam Bam tonight. Probably see a little bit of Bobby Portis, Bobby P off the bench. But this first projection is looking good on Bam at 27.6 on a line of just 25.5. That's what we want to see, right? When we go check these projections. Second projection has him at 28.3 points and rebounds. That too is looking rather swell. We'll head over here to Numberfire. Numberfire is a free site for you guys to get your hands on some projections and stuff. You don't have to pay a dime for this. You just have to have a Google account, Gmail. And I think everybody's got one of those at this point. If not, go get one. It's free to get a Gmail account. 27 points and rebounds for Bam Adebayo on a line of 25.5. So can we all agree that we've got a nice little play here for Bam Adebayo to go over 25.5 points and rebounds? We're just following the data. We're not trying to claim to be the smartest, sharpest tool in the shed. All right, we're following the data here. We're letting the tools do the work for us. So Bam Adebayo over 25.5 points and rebounds, first play of the day. He's projected to go over on 3 different really solid projection models. He is a plus EV play to go over as well. Here's another one. Derek Lively, rookie for the Dallas Mavericks, has really impressed early on this season. Lively at 12.5 points and boards, almost a 55% chance of going over that line. Let's go find out about Derek Lively real quick. Luke, shout out to you. Go Magic. Hey, Luke, I got some sweet like Magic stuff over my shoulder here. I got the T-Mac Slam Magazine Edition Funko Pop. I got the Penny Hardaway Funko back there. I got the Shaq 5-inch Funko, man. I'm starting to collect some of these little Orlando Magic tchotchkes and figurines and stuff like that. But anyway, Derek Lively, 54.4% chance of going over his PR line. We're looking for 13 or more. Let's go run these projections for Lively. 15.9, so we'll call that 16. That's a huge first projection. Favored to go over there. 14.8 on the line of 12.5. Pretty easily to projected to go over his line there. 8.7 points on Numberfire. Let's bust out the calculator. We want to make sure our math is mathing. Plus 6.3 boards puts him at 15. So there you go. Derek Lively. Another candidate to be in your entries tonight at 13.5 points and rebounds. They bumped him up one. Even with the bump, I still think he's worth playing. We talked about Markelle Fultz of the Orlando Magic. Took him under his PR line the last time he took the floor against Portland. Tonight, looking like a different kind of night for Markelle. According to bettors out there on these sports books, they're wanting to take the over on Fultz at 15.5. 54% chance that he comes through for us with 16 or more points and rebounds. So maybe it's going to be a little bit more of a Markelle night and less of a Cole Anthony night. Let's take a look at it. Markelle Fultz, 14.8 points and rebounds on a line of 15.5. I don't love that projection because it's less and it doesn't align. It doesn't agree with the optimizer. Second projection on Fultz, 15.8. All right, I'm going to pause right there. Forget him. We'll skip over him. How about his teammate, Paolo Banchero, points, rebounds, and assists at 30.5. 54% chance that Banchero goes over at 30.5 PRA. Yeah, stuff's going to get bumped. Stuff's going to get bumped because these plays are value-packed plays, and value does not live very long. It doesn't last long on the PrizePicks board. So get your fingers ready. Be ready to enter in some of these picks before they get removed, before they get bumped up, bumped down. You know how PrizePicks does. We're changing lines in real time using the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer and what we do here on these live streams. 137 of you watching, but about only half of you have hit the like button. What on earth are you waiting for, man? Tell YouTube that you like the content so that YouTube will then push this video out, push this information out to more people. We're trying to help as many people as possible. That's the goal. That's the mission. That's why I live and breathe and do what I do. Bancaro, they got a PrizePicks employee spy up in here? I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe they do. That would be sad, huh? That they don't have anything better to do than to watch what we're doing. Hopefully that's not the case. Let's make it a fair gaming environment for all, right? That's what we're hoping for. Bancaro, we're looking for 31 or more PRA out of P5 tonight. Let's run the numbers and see if the models like Bancaro to do some work. 31.2. What did I say his line was? 31.5? No, it's 30.5. All right, so 31.2 is more than 30.5, right? Real simple stuff. Taking a look at where he's at on RotoWire, just 29 points, rebounds, and assists. The Magic are going to be one of those tricky teams, just like they were last season. One of those tricky teams to figure out from game to game because they've got so many talented young players. They've got so much depth. Really, like any given night, one of these different guys could step up. It could be a Bancaro night tonight, and then maybe the next night he takes a step back and it's Franz Wagner going off. Or maybe it's a Markelle Fultz night tonight and Cole Anthony doesn't have as good of a night. Then you got Wendell Carter, right, who can step up and put up a double-double on any given night. So they're going to be one of those teams that I think I'm going to try to avoid when I can. Hard to figure out from game to game, you know, what these guys are going to do. But Bancaro's projection here on RotoWire is less than his line. So I don't like that one too much. But let's get you a third projection on Bancaro real quick. He's at 17.9 points. 7.2 boards, and then we got him at 3.6 dimes, so 28.7. So again, coming in kind of underweight on that 30.5. So I could skip over that one. You know, I could live without Paolo Bancaro in there over 30.5. The projection model is just not rocking with the way that the optimizer is saying, and for me, that's just a no-go. So I'm going to leave that one alone. Locked Pat, I see your message, but you can't. You gotta. Don't use all caps when you leave a message because the bot will block you. Lock Pat says Bam Adebayo is questionable now. Interesting. Well, that could be good news for the Jimmy Butler discount that we talked about that PrizePicks is running. If we get him down at 16.5 points without Bam Adebayo, I think that helps Jimmy Butler and hopefully makes that 16.5 points free, essentially. So interesting news coming from Miami. Bam Adebayo pops up on the injury report for whatever reason. I don't know what's going on with him. Kyle Lowry under 3.5 rebounds for Miami. He's gone. I guess they probably just pulled all the Miami Heat stuff off the board. All right, let's look at Scoot Henderson then at 8.5 rebounds and assists. 53.8% chance that he stays under. Scoot under 8.5 rebounds and assists. See if that one checks out. Scooted and booted. He's at exactly 8.5 rebounds and assists here on Fantasy Labs. Head over here to RotoWire, 11.7. So, I mean, that's a huge projection for the over. So I'm going to leave him alone. We could leave him right where he's at. I'm not going to take that one. How about Jakob Poeltl under 10.5 rebounds and assists? Under 10.5 rebounds and assists, you got about a 53.7% chance for Poeltl to go under 10.5. Let's run him real quick. Run it up. He is at 11.5 on Fantasy Labs. Not good. Not good when you're wanting to take the under, right? He's at 11.7 over here on RotoWire. Again, not good. We're going to leave him right where he's at too. To the streets he goes. He's not going to make his way into my entries tonight. Jalen Williams of the Oklahoma City Thunder. Over 7.5 rebounds and assists, 53.7% chance that he's going to get 8 or more rebounds and assists. So let's do it, man. We already got the rebounds and assists pulled up here. Jalen Williams, 8.3. That is a good first projection for Jalen Williams. So, I mean, it's real simple stuff here. We're looking for plus EV plays that are also projecting well. That's all we're doing here. 8.7 projected rebounds and assists there. So we're 2 for 2 on overs for Jalen Williams of the OKC Thunder taking on the Detroit Pistons tonight. And then over here on Number Fire, they've got him at 4.8 boards plus another 3.4 dimes, which puts him at 8.2. 8.2. So we've got, 3 out of 3 projection models like Jalen Williams to go over 7.5 rebounds and assists. So who are we? Who are we to disagree with these projections? If you're smarter than the projections, you should start your own website and like put out like your own projections and stuff. If somehow you're like beating these projections consistently, you might be a savant. You might know ball better than the experts. I'm just saying. So I'm just going to pretend like I don't know as much because, you know, honestly, I probably don't. I don't know as much as the tools do. The things that they take into account, the different advanced statistics and stuff that go into these projections are pretty sharp. So I'm going to rock with that. Let me take a look here at Lively again because he did get bumped up a full point and rebound. I want to see if he's still considered a plus EV play here at 13.5 points and rebounds. He's not. Actually, it's flipped now. That 12.5 to 13.5 was actually a big swing. So now he's an under at 51.8% chance to go under 13.5. So for me, I'm going to kick Derek Lively out. But now you got Jalen Williams over more than 7.5 rebounds and assists. So I feel you, man. Trey Brent says he's too lazy to start his own. I hear you, bro. And honestly, you don't need to. There's already so many good sites out there. You would just be a small fish in a big pond, so to speak. But Jalen Williams over 7.5 rebounds and assists, looking good right now. Let's go back to the optimizer and see what else is popping up here. There's the refresh. DeJounte Murray of the Atlanta Hawks over 17.5 points. He's got almost a 54% chance of clearing that number. So let's go run the numbers on DeJounte Murray. 17.5 is the line. We've got him at 18.1 on this first projection. He's also at 18.5 points, folks, on a lot of other sites right now. So PrizePicks says him at 17.5. He's at 18.5 on a bunch of these other sites. Projected for more than 17.5 on that first one. Second projection for DeJounte Murray, his points, 18.3. So I think if you're getting him at 17.5 points, take the over. It's looking like a good move right now, especially since the sports books and stuff all have him higher than 17.5. And then there's a third projection for you folks out there, 18.7. So we can go DeJounte Murray over 17.5 points. There's a nice little 2-pick. For my 2-pick fans out there, some of you don't like running 6 picks, 5 picks. Some of you like to take the 2-pick entries. There you go. You got 2-pick power play right there waiting for you. Take it before it gets bumped because I can almost assure you that by the time we end this live stream, it's probably going to get bumped. It's going to get bumped. 176 of you watching. You guys are being put on some good picks. I'm sure these lines will move before long. Ben Simmons, Brooklyn Nets, 7.5 dimes, 53.7% chance that he has less than 8 assists tonight. Let's just go see if the projection models agree that he will have 7 or fewer dimes dropped. To the projection models we go, my friends. 6.4 going up against the Charlotte Hornets. 6.4 on a line of 7.5. That is less. That is certainly less. Second projection has them all the way down at 5.2 assists. Very nice underplay there. And then a 6.6 projection on his assists there. So it's a plus EV play. Check that one off. He's projected to go under on 3 different models. Check that off. And then we throw him in there. And then we just hope for the best, right? There's only so much you can control. There's only so much that you can do. Look at this This website, man. PrizePicks, y'all are making so much money. Fix the search function. I'm tired of this thing resetting on me. All right? It's annoying. Anybody who's watching PrizePicks mole, whoever you are that's watching, who works at PrizePicks, please fix that. It's pissing me off. There we go. There's 3. There's 3. These will move. I can almost assure you they will move before too long. So if you like them, get them before they go, because they will go. That's just the way that's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. They'll never be the same because the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer has changed the game. Things will never be the same. Tyus Jones, under 10.5 rebounds and assists. Did we look at him already? Have we checked into that one? Let me peek. Let me peek Tyus Jones real quick. There we go. 8.9 on a line of 10.5. Yeah. 9.1. That's 2 very big unders on Tyus Jones on those rebounds and assists. And then we've got him at, 6.2 dimes plus another 3.1 rebounds. That's 9.3. Quick math. So you could take him under 10.5 rebounds and assists. It's projecting well. It's plus EV play to go under. There we go. Look at that. Look how quickly we're moving here. We got 4 solid ones in there already. Let's see. Anything else popping up here? Dennis Schroeder's a new one. We haven't seen him yet. Vodka. Oh man, no. This Fiji, man, not vodka. So I went with Arctic Vibe Celsius. Now I'm chasing it with some Fiji. We got to dilute all that caffeine a little bit. Dennis Schroeder. I should though, huh? Should I start drinking on these live streams? That could get messy pretty quick. I don't think I should bring in alcohol to the equation. I need to be focused and level-headed and clear for you guys. Y'all don't want me up here on the juice. Things could get out of hand. It wouldn't be good. Dennis Schroeder under 24.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Let's go find 24 or less on those projections for Schroeder. And maybe he can make it in. Oh, he can't, man. He's projected for 26.2 points, rebounds, and assists. That ain't good. That's not good, friends. Second projection, though, has him under 24.5 at 22 points, rebounds, and assists. So we got 1 over projection, 1 under projection. Let's see if we could break the tie here. 13.5 points plus 2.9 boards and another 5.3 dimes puts him at 21.7. So 2 out of 3 projection models have Schroeder under points, rebounds, and assists. So we could throw him in there. He could make it. Going up against Portland tonight. Jalen Williams over rebounds and assists. DeJounte Murray over 17.5 points. Ben Simmons for less than 7.5 assists. Tyus Jones for less than 10.5 rebounds and assists. And the newest entry to our, what do we have, 5 picks now? Is Dennis Schroeder for less than 24.5 PRA. Let's keep cooking. Let's keep looking and cooking. We have not talked about Brandon Ingram yet. He is at 36.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Optimizer saying, hey, based on this data we're pulling from these sports books, you should be thinking about taking Brandon Ingram for more than 36.5 points, rebounds, and assists. You got about a 54% chance that BI is going to rack up 37 or more points, rebounds, and assists. So let's do that. 34.8. Ooh, well, that's falling short right there. I don't like that projection. That's less than what we were wanting. 33.89. No. To the streets, Brandon Ingram. You're not making it in our entry. To the streets you go. Here's another one that just popped up. Rudy Gobert of the Minnesota Timberwolves. He's at 12.5 rebounds and assists. You know, once upon a time, Rudy Gobert's rebounds on their own were sitting at like 12.5, 13.5. We're getting rebounds and assists for more than 12.5. You got about a 54% chance. Let's see if Gobert can make it in here, guys, before things get moved around on us. Gobert, 12.3. Now, that's close to 12.5, but it's closer to 12 than it is 13, right? And we need 13 rebounds and assists going up against Clint Capella and the Atlanta Hawks tonight. 13 or more if we're thinking about taking the over is what we're hoping for. 12.58 on the second projection. It's not looking strong enough for me. I'm going to keep it moving. Gobert, you could stay right there, buddy. You could stay right there. How about Josh Giddey for more than 5.5 assists? We've already taken his teammate Jalen Williams over rebounds and assists, so I don't like the correlation of taking two guys from the same team over the same stat, like assists in this case, but you could go Giddey if you want to go Giddey. You've also got Daniel Gafford, who is questionable tonight. Daniel Gafford, questionable to play for Washington tonight, but he's at 7.5 rebounds and assists. Again, almost a 54% chance that he goes over that line against the Boston Celtics tonight. So let's run some projections on Daniel Gafford. There's a chance that he might end up as a DNP. You've been warned. So you might want to wait for the Daniel Gafford news before putting anything in Daniel Gafford related. But first projections got him at 8.3. So if the optimizer says take the over, and we've got a projection of 8.3 and another projection of 10.8 rebounds and assists, then maybe we should be thinking about taking the over as well. And then the last projection for Gafford, 8 boards plus another 1.5 dimes, puts him at 9.5. Once again, that is a overplay. So Gafford over 7.5 rebounds and assists, looking very good across the board, across 3 different projection models. It's a plus EV play. Again, could be out tonight. Right now, he is our 6th pick. And it does kind of correlate well with Tyus Jones being under 10.5 rebounds and assists, Gafford being over 7.5 rebounds and assists. Those little puzzle pieces sometimes like dovetail perfectly. No, I'm not trying to scissor. I'm not trying to scissor, guys. I'm just saying that those players who play on the same team, one being projected to go under like Tyus Jones and the other being projected to go over like Daniel Gafford, kind of correlates well. That's all I'm saying. Sick ass. 164 people watching, 92 likes. Love it, guys. Love it. And we're up to 10,621 subscribers. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Gafford for me, I'm going to look for a replacement for Gafford because I don't like going into the night not knowing if this guy's going to actually play or not. I don't like that. And by the way, I'm going to get to all your super chats here momentarily. I'm just trying to get 6 solid ones in for you folks, and then we'll tackle the super chats. So if you have a pressing question, a matter, a need that's urgent, you want me to look at it for you live here on the show, you want to help support the channel, support free content, think about using a super chat. It'll guarantee you that your voice gets heard, that your message gets read and seen. It highlights you in the chat. It sets you apart from everyone else. You guys have been to Disney. You guys have been to theme parks, right? They sell those fast passes that get you to the front of the line. That's kind of like what super chats do. They get you to the front of the line, get you there a little quicker. They guarantee that you're going to get on the ride a little quicker. Super chats guarantee that your message is going to get seen because there's way more of you than there are me, right? I'm just one guy. There's like 165 of you. All right. Can we find a Gafford substitute? Maybe. Let's see. Anything new? Anything new popping up here on the optimizer that we have not tackled yet? Clint Capella over 10.5 points. I think he went over. I think Clint Capella went over 10.5. We had him for 10.5, or was it 11.5 points and assists last night. He's actually attempting more shots this season than I've seen him attempt maybe ever with the Atlanta Hawks. He was putting up quite a few shots for whatever reason. So it seems like his scoring has kind of picked up just a little bit, just a touch. So he's at 10.5 points tonight. 53.5% chance that he clears that number. So let's go see if we have some projections with Clint Capella that sort of agree. He's going up against Rudy Gobert, a very good defensive big man. But 10.8 is your first projection. It is slightly over, not as strong of a projection as I was hoping for, but here's a better one, 11.6 projected points on RotoWire. And then we got Clint Capella on NumberFire. He's sitting at 11.2 points. So technically speaking, we do have 3 different projection models that all have Clint Capella going over his points line of 10.5. So if you're looking for a substitute for Daniel Gafford, maybe you don't trust this rebounds and assists number at 7.5, feel free to kick Daniel Gafford out and then replace him with Clint Capella over 10.5 points versus Minnesota. That could be a fine replacement. Maybe some of you out there are like, man, Clint Capella's trash. He's got a tough matchup against Rudy Gobert. I know ball, and I don't trust Clint Capella tonight because I know ball. All right. If that's the case and you don't like Clint Capella over 10.5 points, let's keep looking. Isaiah Stewart under 8.5 rebounds, 53.5% chance that Beef Stew won't be stewing tonight. All right, 8 or fewer boards is what we're looking for. Some of you guys are really liking Jalen Duren over rebounds and such. And if that's the case, then maybe Isaiah Stewart just doesn't have as many rebounds as 8.5. Maybe he's got fewer than 8.5 boards tonight. If you think Jalen Duren's going to get on the glass, maybe that's going to cut into Isaiah Stewart's ability to rebound. That could be a thing. So let's take a look at that. Under 8.5 boards is what we're looking for here. To the projection models we go, my friends. It's rinse and repeat. 7.5 boards for Isaiah Stewart going up against the Oklahoma City Thunder. I like that first projection. That's a nice one. 7.5 is looking very good. But this next projection is not looking good. 10.2 rebounds on a line of 8.5. Massive over there. Now, if you want to break the tie, just check out a third projection model like NumberFire. 8.6 boards, pretty close there. That is definitely not what we were looking to see. So I'm going to leave Isaiah Stewart right there. You could stay right there, buddy. You're not making it into my entry. Wendell Carter Jr., 8.5 rebounds. That does seem a little light on the surface because my boy Dub C is very capable of 9, 10, 11 plus rebounds. So he's at 8.5 tonight, 53.4% chance that he hauls in 9 or more boards. Let's take a look at this real quick. Historically speaking, my guy's typically at 9.5 rebounds, sometimes 10 on PrizePicks. So 8.5 does, just at first glance, just looking at the sticker price here, 8.5 does look kind of interesting. But wow, going up against the Lakers, they have him projected for just 7.7 boards. So I don't know, maybe tonight's not that night for Wendell Carter on the rebound side of things. That's a very low projection, surprisingly. 9.3 rebounds projected for him on RotoWire, and then over on NumberFire, Wendell Carter Jr. sitting at 8.7 boards. Whew. So he's kind of all over the place. You could stay right there, Wendell Carter Jr. We will pass on Wendell Carter Jr. What about LaMelo Ball under 8.5 assists? We haven't looked at that one. Under 8.5 dimes, about a 53.5% chance of him having less than 9 assists. Let's check him out. 6.4. Ooh. Versus the Brooklyn Nets. 6.4 on a line of 8.5. Now that one has got my attention. Checking out a second projection. 7.6 assists on a line of 8.5. That's 2 very nice under projections for LaMelo Ball. Last projection is going to be 8.1, which is still less than 8.5. So here we go. If you guys do not trust Clint Capella to score 11 points because you know ball and you don't think that the data is sharp on this one, click him off and you could go LaMelo Ball under 8.5 assists. So we've thrown a few different options at you here. LaMelo Ball under 8.5 assists. Clint Capella over 10.5 points. Daniel Gafford over, 8.5 rebounds and assists or something like that. A lot of different moves. A lot of different moves that you could do there. Or like Greenflow is suggesting, maybe you wait for Jimmy Butler's discount. But so far we're at, 8.8 thousand likes, 8,800 likes and counting. So we're waiting for this to reach 10,000, then they'll discount it. By then, some of this value might dry up on you. It might disappear. So if you're going to wait for Jimmy Butler, you might lose out on some of the value of these other picks that we've discussed. But let's recap real quick, because I know some of y'all just got here and you don't know what the hell the picks are so far. So far, it's Jalen Williams over 7.5 rebounds and assists. DeJounte Murray for more than 17.5 points. Ben Simmons under 7.5 assists, with Tyus Jones under 10.5 rebounds and assists. We've also got Dennis Schroeder going up against Portland for less than 24.5 PRA. And then you got LaMelo Ball of the Charlotte Hornets for less than 8.5 assists. But you can also consider Clint Capella over 10.5 points, Daniel Gafford over whatever it was, 8.5 rebounds and assists. That was another one we looked at. Trey Prince knows ball. All right. Trey Prince, you're in the wrong career field, man. You should be out here making your own projection models and stuff, Trey Prince. When you know ball better than the lines makers and you know ball better than the projection model makers out there, you're on a whole different level, man. You should be doing something other than whatever it is you're doing if you know ball like that. Tyler Herro over 31.5. No, Tyler Herro under 31.5 PRA. I'm going to leave the Miami Heat alone until we get some clarification on Bam Adebayo's status for tonight. But Tyler Herro is popping up here at close to the top of the optimizer. Almost a 54% chance of going under 31.5 PRA at this moment. But I'm going to leave that one alone. I'm waiting on the Heat news. The Heat news. Here's another one. DeAndre Hunter of the Atlanta Hawks, points, rebounds, and assists over 18.5. Good morning, Beatrice Gomez. Beatrice Gomez. Good morning, bro. Good morning. Sorry, just something, it didn't feel right. The name and the greeting, I was trying to. All right. Good morning. Good morning. DeAndre Hunter over 18.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Let's peep. DeAndre Hunter over 18.5 rebounds and assists. 19.3. Okay. That's an over. That's definitely an over. Where are we at? 19.3. You've also got him at 20 points, rebounds, and assists. And then a third projection using Number Fire has DeAndre Hunter at 13.5 points, plus another 4.1 boards and another 1.4 dimes, putting him at 19 points, rebounds, and assists. So once again, if you don't like LaMelo Ball under 8.5 assists, if you don't like Clint Capella over 10.5 points, if you don't like Daniel Gafford because he is questionable tonight, you could take LaMelo Ball off. You could put the Hunter in there. Now, one thing that I will note is that you've already got DeJounte Murray over 17.5 points, and you've got DeAndre Hunter over 18.5 points, rebounds, and assists. So there's a little overlap there. You got two guys, same team, two sharing a category, points in this case. So you may not want to put both of these in the same entry. You might want to cut one of these Hawks out and just take one of the other picks. I'm just saying. Correlation speaking, not the best correlation there. How about Kyle Kuzma under 32.5 points, rebounds, and assists tonight? 53.5% chance that he goes under. I mean, the picks literally don't stop here on the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer. We could sit here all night long. We won't, but we could sit here all night long. Kyle Kuzma's projected for 29.5 points, rebounds, and assists, going up against former teammate Kristaps Porzingis in the Boston Celtics. So that's a nice projection for the under at 29.5 for Kuz. Second projection for Kuzma, 29.8 on a line of 32.5. Man, I'm liking this. Some good, juicy projections for Kyle Kuzma under PRA tonight. I guess they think he's going to struggle against the C's. And the C's D's. Defense. 31.8 points, rebounds, and assists for Kuzma on number fire. So you've got Kyle Kuzma projecting well under his line. Where's he at? Where did he run off to? Did he disappear? Did he already get the bump? He might have already gotten the bump. Let me take a look. Kuzma, 32.5 PRA. You could take him for under that line as well. He did not get bumped yet. I don't think, right? He's still at 32.5 PRA. So, I mean, lots of options here, guys. Lots of options. Oh, there he is. Yeah, he's almost at a 54% chance now of going under. So let's go ahead. Let's just put this in. What do I want to put on it? Let's go $20 to win 500. 20 to win 5. Boom. Jalen Williams of the OKC Thunder, more than 7.5 rebounds and assists. DeJounte Murray for more than 17.5 points. We got Ben Simmons less than 7.5 assists. Tyus Jones for less than 10.5 rebounds and assists. Dennis Schroeder for less than 24.5 points, rebounds, and assists. And the last one, and the latest and greatest, Kyle Kuzma for less than 32.5 points, rebounds, and assists, going up against a tough Boston Celtics team. So there's 6 picks for you. And again, additional picks, noteworthy considerations: LaMelo Ball under 8.5 dimes, Clint Capella over 10.5 points, Daniel Gafford over rebounds and assists. Those are some other ones that we mentioned. So if you're looking for more picks, those are 3 additional picks. Let's get caught up on these super chats. Gang, 104 likes. Tip of the hat to you. You guys are awesome. Appreciate everybody who has subscribed, who has liked, and who has those notifications turned on. Go ahead and click the bell. Make sure that all notifications are turned on for my channel so you don't miss when I go live. Typically, it's 12 p.m. Eastern time, Monday through Friday. We're gonna look at these. Super chats. We're gonna see if these super chats are popping. And if we have enough good picks from these super chats, I'll put together another 6 pick because I'm a wild and crazy guy like that. I'm a wild dude. All right. And it's money making Monday, and we're here to get that guap. All right. Last in limbo, starting us off with a pick. He was liking Benedict Mathurin over 13.5 points, and Anthony Edwards over 9.5 rebounds and assists. So let's go ahead and add these to our next entry. So Benedict Mathurin over 13.5 points going up against the Chicago Bulls. Your other play was Ant-Man, Anthony Edwards over his rebounds and assists line at 9.5. Over so far. All right, cool. Let me see what these other ones are. You left another one for me, Last in Limbo. Thank you. Salute to you. Appreciate the super chat. Last in Limbo, Derek White over 12.5 points for the Boston Celtics. Cool. He's sitting right up here at the top. Easy peasy. There's 3 picks. We're going to look at all 3 of these. My man Dub, a.k.a. Wesley Winston, liking a little game stack of Terry Rozier over 19.5. Is that points? Is that Scary Terry for 19.5 points? Cool. Plus Ben Simmons over 7.5 assists. Well, I think we just took Ben Simmons for less than 7.5 assists. So I'm going to leave that Ben Simmons one alone. But we'll look at that one for you as well. Last in Limbo is also liking some Daniel Gafford under his first half points, rebounds, and assists. He is questionable. He is at 9 PRA right now. He's actually got he's projecting really well today, Last in Limbo. I'm going to leave that one alone because he is projecting really well for points, for rebounds, and for assists today. And he's questionable. So we're just going to wait on Daniel Gafford. But we're going to get to your other picks here momentarily. Now, Anthony Ruiz, my guy Tony in Discord, he's liking Perdomo over 0.5 total bases and Ketel Marte of the Arizona Diamondbacks over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. So if you guys are looking for something, a little bit of, let's say, a multi-sport entry, you could take Perdomo over a base. So he's just got to get on base one time. And then you've also got Ketel Marte over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBI. So Mr. Ruiz is liking both of these picks right here. Both of these. All right. And then we've got another super chat that was left to us by Everyday Fantasy. He's liking Obi Toppin of the Indiana Pacers for 4 or more rebounds. Did I get that right? Obi Toppin for 4 boards is what it looks like. Let's go over here. Oh, he's already been bumped up on PrizePicks. He's already at 4 rebounds. Okay, so he's already gotten bumped up, but he's done a pretty good job this season so far with 4 or better on the boards. So if you could get Obi Toppin at 3.5 somewhere, probably want to take the over at 3.5. I think Everyday Fantasy was onto something there with the 3.5. The 4, you got push potential, could potentially tie. And then Chris just dropped another super chat on our heads. He's liking Jason Tatum for more than 14.5 rebounds and assists, and Derek White for more on his PRA line. Okay. We've already got White in there for points, but no offense, I'm going to take these baseball picks out real quick, being that I have the NBA tools pulled up. I can't really look at baseball quick and easy like this, but he's liking Derek White for more than the 19.5 PRA. So we'll have a decision to make. We could either take Derek White's points over or the PRA over. We'll look at both. And then Jason Tatum for the rebounds and assists more. Okay. What we could do, if it checks out, we could take Derek White over 12.5 points with Tatum over 14.5 rebounds and assists, because those two guys being on the same team, they're not really going to get in each other's way, right? Whereas with Derek White's PRA and Tatum's rebounds and assists, you've got 2 players from the same team kind of overlapping in actually 2 categories, rebounds and dimes. So I don't like that fit quite as much. I think I would like the Derek White points if it checks out better with Jason Tatum's rebounds and assists, and then we could kick Derek White's PRA to the curb. But let's go through these because we got a lot to catch up on. Kuzma just dropped down. Okay. Kuzma's down to what? His PRA went down, I guess. Okay. Cool. All right. Let's run these numbers. See how these guys are looking. 111 likes, 161 people watching. I know we can do better than that. There's about 50 of you that are sitting on your hands out there. And survey says that's not good for your health to sit on your hands and your thumbs when you could easily just, smack the little like button real quick and get those likes up for your boy. Benedict Mathurin, good rookie last season. He's looking solid tonight. 15.3 points taking on the Chicago Bulls. So the first projection on Mathurin is looking nice, 15.3. The line's 13.5, almost 2 whole points better or different. Second projection for Benny, we've got him at 14.2, slightly more than 13.5. Anything 14 or above, and we like that, right? And then a third projection has him at 14.5 points on a line of 13.5. So yeah, Benedict Mathurin looking good, projecting well across the board. Let's just see if it's a plus EV play real quick. It is 53.5% chance that Mathurin clears his points line of 13.5. So it's plus EV. It's checking out on 3 different projection models. Again, there's only so much that you can control, that you can do. You can't make these guys do what you want them to do, but we've got the data on our side. We've got these projection models on our side. And for me, that's enough. That's enough for me to say, yeah, we can green light Benedict Mathurin in our entries tonight at more than 13.5 points. Now you notice when I go to the optimizer, right? Because I don't want to hear nothing from anybody in the comments later if Matherin ends up with 12 or 13 points and doesn't go over. You notice right here, it says odds to hit 53.49%. That does not say 100%. There is still gambling involved. There is still risk involved. 53.5% is not 100%. It's not a lock. It's not a guarantee. If you're looking for locks and guarantees, you probably shouldn't be doing this. This isn't for you. If you can't stomach things that are not guarantees, probably not the hobby for you. Probably shouldn't be doing this. Okay? Just want to point that out there. Does not say 100% chance that Matherin is going to go over 13.5 points. Far from it, in fact. But we do have a 3.5% edge on a line that these lines makers try to set at 50-50. Got a little bit of an edge, mathematically speaking, that he goes over 13.5 points, okay? Just want to point that out there. Some of y'all like to get in the comments and, you know, shit doesn't go well at the end of the night. And get in there, oh, I told you, man, I know ball. I told you that Clint Capella wasn't going to go over 10.5 points. Sure enough, I was right. Well, you might have been right this time. Now, get back to me when you're right the majority of the time. When you're going against these projection models and you're going against these lines over, 100 nights. You might be right tonight. You might have won tonight, but get back to me when you've been right more than the books, when you've been right more than the projection models over like a larger sample size. Get back to me on that. Keep track. Let me know. Anthony Edwards is the next one. 9.5 rebounds and assists more. So we need 10 plus rebounds and assists for Ant-Man taking on the Atlanta Hawks tonight. 10 plus. First of all, is this a plus EV play? In other words, do we have the odds, the juice in our favor or nah? In this case, it's really close to a coin flip play. 50.3% chance that he goes under. So that's like a 49.7% chance that he goes over. Damn near a coin flip. Now, I don't like playing picks that are coin flips. I think there's way too many picks on the board today for us to look at that we shouldn't have to settle for something that's essentially a coin flip. If I could take a quarter out of my pocket, flip it, and then gets me about the same odds of this pick hitting or not hitting, I don't like that crap. I'm looking for real edges here. 3%, 4%, 5%, 6% or better edges. In this case, we don't have much of an edge. Mathematically speaking, there ain't much of an edge here. But that being said, you know the risk involved with it, right? That it could go one way or the other, about equal chance. Let's run the projections real quick. Let's just see. Sometimes these projection models can be the difference makers, right? Can help you decide whether you should go over or under, more or less. That's why I like looking at them. In this case, we got a projection of 10.3 rebounds and assists for Anthony Edwards against the Atlanta Hawks. Now he's playing at Atlanta. I only mention that because I think he grew up in the Atlanta or Georgia area. I think he's like an Atlanta or Georgia hometown guy. Am I right or wrong on that? Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not afraid to be wrong. I'm not afraid to be wrong. He's projected for 9.4 rebounds and assists. The only reason I mention that, maybe there's a little bit of extra motivation tonight, right? In front of friends, family, former coaches, teammates. Maybe he comes out hungry tonight. You know what I mean? Playing with a little bit of a different swag to him. 9.7 projected rebounds and assists. These projections are awfully tight, man. They're pretty close. They're pretty close. So I think for me, I mean, you could play it. Once again, it's one of those picks for me that's just too tight, man. There's just not enough meat on the bone for me to want to take that. So I'm going to kick Ant-Man out. I'm going to kick him out. We got a couple of different ways to play Derek White. We could look at Derek White over 12.5 points. We could look at Derek White over 19.5 points, rebounds, and assists. He's been playing good ball lately, surprisingly. Because you think about the big four, right? They got Drew Holiday recently. Obviously, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, and Kristaps Porzingis. You kind of thought, hey, Derek White, what's his role going to be? But he's been eating. He's been playing well. He's at 12.5 points, 19.5 points, rebounds, and assists. So let's pull up Derek White here on the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer and see what's good. We've got him at 19.5 PRA, 51.5% chance that he goes over that. Now on his points, it is a plus EV play, about a 51% chance that he goes over the points. So PRA, points, it's close. You could go either which way on those. PRA or points. Let's just see how each one is projecting for Derek White. 13.5 projected points versus 22.4 projected PRA. So both of them looking real good. Both of them are looking good. Taking a look at RotoWire's projections for Derek White, you've got him at 12.7 points. That's a bit closer there, with a 21.5 PRA number. So I think the PRA just kind of took the lead for me. I slightly like, based on the projections I'm seeing, slightly like the PRA a little bit more than the points so far. That's why we look into it, right? And then his projected points are at 12.5 on number fire, but you add on the 3.9 boards and the 3.8 dimes, and he's at 20.2 PRA, which puts him over his PRA line. So for me, I think out of these two, I think you would probably maybe kick the points out and ride with the PRA for Derek White of the two picks. All right, let's take a look at Terry Rozier, who's sitting at 19.5 points going up against the Brooklyn Nets. They were liking the over on Terry Rozier at 19.5 points. Hey, Tony, I'm just going to point this out. We've got 2 open spots for some baseball picks, so we might end up adding those MLB guys back in here before you know it. Terry Rozier, 19.5 points. Let's go see if that is a plus EV play right now. We're hoping that the odds are in our favor for him to go over 19.5, and it looks like they are. 52.3% chance that he goes over. 52.3% chance that he scores 20 or more tonight. That's not bad. So now that we know what we know about that, let's go see if he's projecting better than 19.5. Here we go. First projection's 20. He needs 20 or more, and we get paid. So 20 is a good projection. We're cool with 20. Second projection on Terry Rozier's points, 19. It's a little light. They kind of think he's going to be right around that 19 to 20 point range. I wish this was a little bit higher than 19, but it's not. It's 19. It is what it is. Let's check a third and final projection for Rozier. 19.6. Just not strong enough. It's there. If he ends up with 19 points tonight, I'm not going to be surprised. Let's leave him out. Let's leave him out. I hate to do it, but I'm going to leave him out. Just not seeing enough convince me. Jason Tatum was the last one that was left. 14.5 rebounds and assists. By the way, for those of you who left these super chats, left these picks, if you like them, take them. It is your money at the end of the night. I'm not here to talk you in or out of anything. I am just simply putting you on some information. You do with the information what you will. Okay, if you feel compelled by something, maybe it's narrative based, maybe it's matchup based, I don't know. Whatever it is, don't let me talk you out of anything. I'm just putting numbers to some of the questions that you guys have so that you have a more informed opinion of what could happen. Okay? Don't let me talk you out of anything. Last thing I want to do is talk you out of a good play, but I am going to come with the stats. I am going to come with the data. I am going to come with the facts. And then you have to do with that information what you will. But Jason Tatum's the last one, 14.5 rebounds and assists taken on the Washington Wizards. So you were liking the over in this case for Tatum. You think he's going to get 15 or more rebounds and assists. So cool. Let's check into it. By the way, Tatum's fantasy score, the top play on the optimizer right now. Under 46.5 fantasy score. Top play on the optimizer, Jason Tatum under 46.5 fantasy score. So there's that. Looking at Tatum for rebounds and assists, his rebounds and assists line. I'm not seeing it. Ooh, it's all the way down here. Rebounds and assists, 51% chance that he goes under 14.5 rebounds and assists. So I've said this before, there is no point on a site like PrizePicks for you to take a pick that is not a plus EV play. There's no point. You don't get paid more to go against the odds, against the grain. You don't get paid more for taking a prop that has plus odds on the sports books. You don't get paid anything. There's no benefit to it on a site like PrizePicks. Now, if you're playing on a sports book, and let's say you're getting Jason Tatum at 14.5 rebounds and assists, and you're really convinced that he's going to get that 15 rebounds and assists, and you're getting plus odds, plus money, take it, because you actually get paid more for betting on something that has plus odds on a sports book. But PrizePicks is not like that. PrizePicks is not the site to take a minus EV play, in other words. You should be playing plus EV only options on PrizePicks, for the most part. In this case, the juice is saying, don't take Jason Tatum over rebounds and assists. You got about a 51% chance that he stays under that number. Now, we know that it's not a plus EV play. So for me, it won't make it into my entry tonight, but we're also going to run some projections to go along with it. 13.1 rebounds and assists going up against Washington. There's a real chance that this game turns into a blowout, my friends. Boston is, technically speaking, a much better team than the Wizards. Now, if it does turn into a lopsided affair, if it does turn into a blowout, Jason Tatum will not see the floor for a full run of minutes. His night will be cut short. He will be on the bench early in the fourth quarter, right? That's typically what happens in a blowout. So quell your expectations for these Boston Celtics players to go over, because it could be a blowout tonight. Hard to predict blowouts, but this could be one of them. 13.1 rebounds and assists is the projection for Tatum. Again, putting him under 14.5. So if you were thinking about the over on Tatum, pump the brakes, think twice, go back to the drawing board. He's also projected for 13.1 rebounds and assists on RotoWire. And then for the trifecta, we will also look at NumberFire real quick. NumberFire's got him at 8.3 boards plus 4 assists, which puts him at 12.3 rebounds and assists. So that is a not just a no for me. It's a hell no on Jason Tatum going over 14.5 rebounds and assists. I can't do it. Not me. Sorry, my friend. I won't do it. Can't do it. Won't do it. Okay? Now, if he comes out and gets 15, well then, hey, the data in this case was wrong. The data was wrong. I'm not wrong. I'm looking at the data just like you are. I'm going with the projections. I'm going with the way that the juice is going on these sports books and stuff. So don't come in my comments. Don't at me, bruh. Don't at me, bruh. I ain't trying to hear that. You at these people who make these projections. How about that? Travis coming through with another super chat. Travis, the real MVP of the day. What is that? Your second super chat, man? You are, or is that your first? That might be your first. I don't know. These days, they just blend in together, guys. They just meld together at this point. Anyway, Michael Porter Jr. over rebounds and assists. Now, MPJ has been, I don't know what's gotten into him. He's like, I'm going to do two things. I'm going to rebound, and I'm going to chew bubble gum. And I'm all out of bubble gum. He's been rebounding well. Now, you might have gotten him at 8.5. He's at 9 right now. I'm assuming maybe he started and opened at 8.5. And it got bumped to 9, or it could have started at 9.5 and got bumped down to 9. I don't know which way it was, but MPJ has been doing a good job here with the rebounds and the assists. Let's take a look. I'm assuming you're wanting to go over on MPJ, right? Thanks for the sub, Lil ISO. Lil ISO. Is that Joe Johnson's son? Lil ISO? ISO Joe? Shout out to Joe Johnson. one of the underrated GOATs. Let's take a look here at my guy, MPJ, Michael Porter Jr. of the Denver Nuggets. His rebounds, his assists, we're looking at him at 9 on PrizePicks. If you're getting him at 8.5, yeah, he's at 8.5 on the books, y'all. This is why he's at 9 on PrizePicks. Minus 150 to clear 8.5, minus 148, minus 145, minus 140 to go over 8.5 rebounds and assists. So PrizePicks bumped him up from 8.5 to 9. So if you're getting him at 8.5 on some other site that is not PrizePicks, you probably should take the over. He's at 9 on PrizePicks, and at 9, it's looking like there is some push or tie potential. The bane of our existence, right? The pushes, the ties on PrizePicks. It's been one of the things that I've hated since I started playing on PrizePicks 2 or 3 years ago. But this is the way that they choose to run things. So pushes and ties aren't going away anytime soon. Michael Porter Jr. is projected for 10 rebounds and assists going up against the Utah Jazz tonight. So even at 9, could tie, could push, but even at 9, you do have some potential here for him to go over 9 with 10 projected rebounds and assists. Taking a look at another one here. Another model, another projection site. 7.2. So that's polar opposite of the first projection, right? 10 on the first projection, 7.2 on the second. So now you've kind of got a floor established of 7.2 rebounds and assists with a ceiling of maybe 10. That's kind of your range of potential outcomes. And we know his line's at 8.5 or on PrizePicks 9, which kind of falls right in the middle of the 7.2 and the 10. So let's run it a third time, a third projection for Michael Porter Jr. 6.3 boards plus 1.2 assists, making this 7.5 rebounds and assists. 7.2 being the low, 10 being the high. Somewhere in between is probably where Michael Porter Jr. lands tonight. I think this line for me at 9, I'm going to leave it alone. If it's 8.5, maybe you still take the over, but there's a couple of projection models on here, and these models do tend to be pretty accurate most of the time. I don't think he's going to get even 8 rebounds and assists, so I'm going to stay away from that. Sub-Zero says, I got Michael Porter Jr. under 7.5 rebounds early. Bet that. Okay. Just the rebounds, not the rebounds and assists. Okay. Cool. Chris Day says, I'm just saying no on rebounds. I am not saying he won't. I am just saying I wouldn't play just the rebounds. Who is that in reference to? Tatum? What do we think, Travis, on the Michael Porter Jr. Breakdown? You in or you out on MPJ? Are you in at 8.5? Maybe out at 9? Let me know what you think. RJ saying, take the rebounds only. It's 7.5. Is that for Michael Porter Jr.? Is that 7.5 rebounds only? Where's he at? I don't even see just his rebounds on PrizePicks. They must have. Yeah, they didn't even give us that. They didn't even give us his rebounds on PrizePicks. They be knowing. PrizePicks be knowing. I don't see him on there for just the rebounds. ZXR Skills says Kuzma under 8 rebounds. I like that play. Interesting. Yeah. Narchco. They took it off the board. Yeah, I think they took MPJ's rebounds off the board early this morning. Well, congrats if you guys jumped on it before it got ripped down. It's frustrating, man. It's frustrating when you like a pick, and then you can't find it. It's just not being offered. PrizePicks very selective on what they give you, what they don't give you. Let's go back and add a couple of these other ones that we talked about earlier. So we mentioned Capella over 10.5 points. LaMelo Ball under, 8.5 dimes was another one we talked about. Just for you guys who are looking for additional options, different ideas. Gafford, we talked about taking the over on his 7.5 rebounds and assists, but he is questionable, so got to throw that out there. There's the Q tag on Daniel Gafford. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you guys are looking to make another entry, you can. Perdomo was another one. at more than 0.5 total bases. Our guy Anthony Ruiz was really liking Perdomo over 0.5 total bases. Kettle Marte over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs going up against Texas tonight was another option. So you could run these as well. I won't put anything crazy on this. Let's just go, I don't know. I just want to see how it does. I'm going to go min entry on this, $5. $5. I want to go min entry on this one just to see how it does. For $5, we get to track it. Get to track this one together. But yeah, Benny Matherin over 13.5 points. Derek White for more than 19.5 PRA. Capella for 10.5 points or more. LaMelo Ball for more than 8.5, or sorry, less than 8.5 assists. Perdomo and Marte both over total bases and hits, runs, and RBIs respectively. Okay. And then for those of you who just got here, this is the one we made earlier. It was Jalen Williams of OKC over 7.5 rebounds and assists. DeJounte Murray for more than 17.5 points. Ben Simmons for less than 7.5 dimes. Tyus Jones for less than 10.5 rebounds and assists. Dennis Schroeder for less than 24.5 points, rebounds, and assists. And Kyle Kuzma for less than 32.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Apologize if any of these lines have moved, but you know how it goes. The early bird gets the worm, y'all. It gets the worm. Anyways, guys, yeah, I'm going to drop the link to the Dub Club one more time. Yesterday was fantastic. 14-4 on NBA and NFL picks, posted by yours truly to Dub Club members in our private VIP Discord. Dub Club, 67 cents per day, just $20 a month. Guys, many of you paid off your Dub Club in one day of joining yesterday. And if you didn't pay it off yesterday, 2 days ago, you absolutely paid it off when we went 15-1 on NBA picks. Month to date, we're hitting at a 68%. I should say season today. Season to date, we're hitting at a 68% hit rate on our NBA picks. Now, that's fantastic. For those of y'all who don't know, 60% is considered elite. 60% or better, I don't know. We're in a different stratosphere right now. So you can join the Dub Club for as little as, like I said, 67 cents per day. If you decide to go with a 3-month option, 6-month package, you get an even better deal. It ends up being cheaper for you. Picks are being posted in our Discord daily. 25 years of fantasy sports experience, sports betting experience from yours truly. Been at this for a while, y'all, since I was about 13 years old. So I'm an OG in this. I'm here to save you time, make you money, and you can see my performance here. I need to update my record. It was 34-11. I forget what it is now, but it's about a 68% hit rate. We're up over 140 units year to date, and this isn't even this isn't the full gamut of my betting record, but that's what I was able to pull from Pickett. And if you want to track your bets for free, check out Pickett. It's a free app, lets you see your performance day in, day out, monthly, weekly, how many units you're up, how many dollars you're up, etc. And they'll give you $3 for signing up. It's free to sign up. They'll pay you $3 to sign up. They'll pay me $3 for referring you. So get signed up. Join the Dub Club. 10+ picks per day heading your way. Trying to get some more winners tonight, y'all. Money Making Monday. We've got all the sports in action tonight. NHL, MLB, NBA, NFL, and probably some other sports that aren't crossing my mind. Why Ben Simmons under the assists? I don't know, man. It's just what the projections say. It's just what the data is telling us to do. That's it. Simple as that. That's why. Wish I had a better answer for you, but we're just trusting the data as we always do. The same data that led us to 14-4 yesterday. The same data that led us to 15-1 on our picks 2 days ago. The same data that's led us to 4 out of 6 wins here, 5 out of 6 days here on YouTube. We're going with the data. That's all. You ain't got to know ball. You just got to know some numbers. Look at the numbers and stuff. So anyway, guys, I'm out of here. Good luck tonight. For you in Dub Club, you'll see me in just a little while with some more picks for you. Good luck tonight. See you.